Hello everybody and welcome back to Esports Talk. My name is Caleb and let's talk about a situation unfolding on Twitter as we speak. The CDL Pro League, or rather CDL Pro specifically, have come under fire recently as a vote was passed to ban snipers from the CDL for the remainder of the year. It's been met with a lot of backlash, and so to understand how this happened and why exactly, let's take a look at the situation. The ban, which would apply to tournaments across North America for the remainder of the year, has been, like I said, very heavily criticized by fans and some other pros alike on Twitter. To start, it's important to note that there's two ways that something can be banned in the CDL. The league itself announces their own rule set, but pro players can adopt their own unofficial rules via a vote. These new rules are referred to as gentlemen's agreements, so when you see GA in the tweet you'll be looking at, that's what it means. All 12 teams get to cast a vote via a representative, who of course represents the majority of that particular team, and then the majority of the 12-team votes wins. As reported by Esports, snipers aren't the only things banned. The PPSH-41 and the bar are restricted as well, along with some attachments and some features like the bombing run killstreak. Snipers are of course the only entire category of weapon banned across all game modes currently. According to both CDL Intel on Twitter and Austin Liticote, the vote passed 12-0, meaning every team voted in favor of the ban. However, some comments floating around call that info into question. Pro COD player Attach tweeted, "I don't think snipers are that OP in this game. Am I tripping?" And when questioned on why his team voted for the ban, he said, "We didn't. I never voted. Snipes being out already had 9+ votes, so even if I did, it wouldn't have changed anything." It's not surprising to think that even if every team overall voted in favor of a particular proposition, not every member on every team voted in favor of it, so things are starting to make a little bit of sense. But those who voted in favor of the controversial move are a lot more quiet currently on social media than those who were heavily against it. Courage, for example, kept it short and sweet with, "This sucks and will always suck." Standy joined in with, "I don't even snipe and didn't mind if it was in. Also, the fact that some pros wanted smokes out of Search and Destroy is abysmal." And Brian Sate, head coach of Minnesota Rockers, stated, "Me, Eli both said we were for it, and the vote was already 9-0 before we even gave our team vote, which meant it passed. I don't have a say since I'm coach, so I don't care, but I was heavily against GAing this game then, and I still stand by that." The votes are cast in private, so there's no way to tell who voted for what, but it seems for the time being that sniping will not feature in the CDL anytime soon. All the while, the kinds of debates we're seeing over whether snipers being banned is bad for pro players, bad for spectators, or both are certain to continue. It's impossible to tell at the moment if anything will change, but one way or another, we'll be keeping a close eye on the situation and be reporting right here on Esports Talk if there is any updates. But for the time being, what do you folks out there think? Are you against this ban like most of the players we've been talking about seem to be? Are you in favor of it? And are you braver than some members of the CDL and willing to say it in the comments down below? Do you think anything will change now that there's all this public outcry? Sound off in the comments down below, and when there's more news, we will give you the updates as soon as I can make a video on it, I promise. But for the time being, that's all we've got. Thank you for joining us once again. My name is Caleb, and we will talk to you next time.